Something I think that we can change in our society to make it better is poverty. There are 2.2 billion children in the world, and 1 billion of them live in poverty. That graph is of poverty levels with different races in 2008. It doesn't matter about the races, but what matters is that all those numbers added together is too many people living in poverty. Did that graph look the same to you? Well, it wasn't. It was of poverty levels in 2009. It may not look very different, but the numbers are gradually increasing. No matter if it's by 1% or 5%, we still need to do something about it. Many of you may think that poverty means not having enough money, but that is just a small piece of what goes on with people living in poverty. Poverty affects things like water. 400 million people in the world don't have access to safe water. You like being able to get up whenever you want and get a glass of water, right? Well, those people can't do that. Some 1.1 billion people in developing countries have inadequate access to safe water, and 2.6 billion people lack basic sanitation in their water systems. People in poverty may not be able to pay for their water, live near enough to it, or have it be clean. There are middle class and rich people who can afford it, have a good sanitation system, and live near a supply of water. Water is a necessity to bathe and stay hydrated, along with other things. Why shouldn't everyone have something they need to survive? Not having water could potentially make these people sick, get diseases, or die. Some things we could do are set up organizations like the one called Water for People and get donations to try and make sure everyone around the world has access to clean drinking water. The more things like this we can do, the more people we will be saving. Poverty can affect other things too, like your education, which plays a huge role in your life. Nearly 1 billion people entered the 21st century unable to read a book or sign their names. Think about it. How often do you do these things? Shouldn't they be able to do it too? Everyone needs an education, but yet families are so poor they can't afford to put their children in school, and some communities don't even have schools. If they go to school, poverty will affect the way the students think. If there's a lot going on at home, they're a lot less likely to try at school because they'll be so worried about what's going on at home. If students think that they will fail or won't do good, then they probably won't try. There is not enough effort to get children into schools when, based on enrollment data, 72 million children of primary school age were not in school in 2005. Less than 1% of what the world spent every year on weapons was enough to put every child in school by the year 2000, and it didn't happen. Many kids whose parents are struggling with money drop out at an early age to try and help them. There are 121 million children out of school worldwide, and we need to do something about it. Since everyone needs an education, we should put forth the effort to make sure children are getting into school. Things we can do are raise money to put in schools where there aren't any, make school systems better, and lower costs for schooling so everyone should be able to go and have a fair shot at an education. Something that causes poverty is jobs. People are not making enough money to support and provide for themselves or family if they have one. All around the world, there are not enough jobs, it is hard to find jobs, people are being put out of jobs, or not making enough money. Wages are changing all the time, and some places don't even go by minimum wage. At least 80% of humanity lives on less than $10 a day, and are expected to care for themselves, a family if they have one, and pay bills and other things that they have to do, which is not right. Some people are also living without shelter too. Things we can do are put out more jobs, create businesses where people can work, and make sure everyone is making a decent amount of money to live. With people making more money, they can start to properly provide for themselves, like with food, water, and shelter. All of these things add up to one thing we can make better: poverty. We can have nice clothes, food, water, shelter, and smartphones too, when those people can't afford one of those things. If we take a step further, we can start to eliminate poverty.